We're back on the Morning Brew with friends of my old friend Sherry Bruggeman. It's good to see you this morning.
Good to see you
You're the
too,
public
Dan.
art manager for the city of Albuquerque. Right. And I feel bad. I was drinking all that awesome root beer, and I spilled coffee and spilled milk and all this stuff over here. I feel bad. I left the crew to clean it all
Well,
up.
at least we got a nice clean spot for you.
Right here. And speaking of clean spots, you got a few empty spots, really, for public art, right?
We do.
And the city's put out two different calls. One is for Civic Plaza, and one is for the entrance to the country club, right?
Right, and they're two very different types of art projects. The first one is a call for temporary public art tied in with Shakespeare on the Plaza. So this summer, the Vortex Theater is coming back to Civic Plaza. They're doing Much Ado About Nothing and The Tempest.
And if you haven't, have you been to the Shakespeare on the Plaza?
I haven't.
It's so much fun.
This will be the first year.
So what they do is on the giant stage, you know, the giant Civic Plaza stage, they just take it over. But it's big enough that they can actually put all of the chairs on the stage itself. And then you can hang out there, and there's a beer garden right down the way.
Right.
And usually there's some music, and all of the actors just do their Shakespeare thing up there, no microphones needed.
Right.
And they just really project and do this really great thing. And Shakespeare on the Plaza is just so much fun to see.
Well, and we're excited this year about being able to commission a temporary artwork that would be set up in that general area, not on the stage. So the artwork wouldn't necessarily be part of the staging.
And I think we have some photos of where that would even be.
On the it would
on
basically
Civic Plaza,
be on the
on the
right-hand
east-
side of the main stage,
The east
and where the grass area is, where the beer garden will be,
Right, there we
and
go.
sort of that entrance area on right there. There
That
we go.
little red
the whole
area there.
that's outlined in red is where we're encouraging artists to come up with an idea for a temporary installation that celebrates the Shakespearean 400th anniversary. Technically, April 23rd is the 400th anniversary of the death of Shakespeare.
Excellent.
But we want artwork that celebrates all things sort of creative in that realm.
So take us back, because I know you're the public art manager for the city of Albuquerque, and that means that you are in charge of all the public art, and you put out periodically these calls for artists, and you just want people to go to the website often and check it out.
Exactly, and
How does
that's
it
where
work?
we've got the calls for artists. They're official documents that outlines everything that we're asking the artist to submit.
And you
how
don't
the
tell them
proposal
I need a
process.
blue statue of a thing that's 8 feet tall. You leave it wide open, right?
We do. Well, except for we provide themes like this. We want it to be something that engages the audience about Shakespeare, but whatever they come up with. I mean, you know, Much Ado About Nothing doesn't have a whole lot of context around it in terms of something visual, but The Tempest being, you know, an island, you know, that everybody's stranded on, that could provide a lot of visual fodder. So
absolutely.
So the second
and then
project.
It goes, well, real quickly, just because I know a lot of people ask me about this and how it works, because people say I'm an artist, how do I get public art? And I just direct them to the city website and say, look for the calls.
Right.
And can this just be anybody? And can they just like come up with an idea and throw it out there? Or do they have to be a professional artist? Can they have to be, you know, are there limits on stuff?
So the great thing is that no license are required to be an artist. So if you have a creative idea and you can execute it professionally, then you're eligible. Now we do have regional restrictions on some of these. So the Shakespeare on the Plaza is limited to artists in the 4-county area of Bernalillo, Sandoval, Torrance, and Valencia County. Just because it's a small budget, it's $5,000, and we don't want to have artists from out of state, you know, using up all the budget on travel. The other project, though, the $30,000 project, is open to artists from 4 states, which is Colorado, Texas, Arizona, and New Mexico, so the general Southwest area. And that's for a permanent sculpture at the
country club
around
area.
the traffic circle area, not in the traffic circle, in the Huning Castle Neighborhood Association, right in front of the country club.
That's great. And I know exactly where that traffic circle is, and it's so easy to just go right through that. It's great.
Right. Well, unfortunately, we can't put the sculpture or the artwork in the center of the traffic circle because of all of the utilities that are underground, and you know, there's a lot that could happen underground. We don't want to have to
forget about this stuff with public art. You don't want to put a 10,000-pound sculpture on the top of some cable.
or water lines.
Or water lines.
But we have lots of medians around the edge, and I don't know, do we have a graphic of that one that we could show too?
I don't think we have a photo of that one. But it's a nice little grassy area. And you're looking for a large piece of something to go there.
Right, along with maybe some little pieces that can be installed in the medians all the way around the traffic circle. And The deadline for both of these is April 11th, which
Okay.
is Monday, April 11th, at the end of the day.
Coming up.
We need their proposals in. And we're looking for artist ideas. That, the Huning Castle project theme is completely wide open. Whatever artists envision about that space, the theme is completely open.
Very cool.
So-
And you're looking for the wilder, the better, the more.
I would say it needs to be respective of the neighborhood, of the community.
Right.
It doesn't necessarily have to be anything historic. It is a historic neighborhood, but you know, something that's aesthetically exciting and it's sort of a little place marker.
Yeah.
Sort of defines the neighborhood.
Very cool. And
So-
so we can find all these, I guess they're RFPs, right?
We'll call for artists. One of
Yeah.
them is actually a request for proposals, the
Okay.
Shakespeare one. The other one is a request for qualifications. We're looking for artists who can give us examples of their previous work, and we'll do a short list, and then we'll invite them to do an actual proposal. And yes, they are all on our webpage at cabq.gov/public art.
That makes it easy.
Yep.
I know a lot of people ask me, like, how do I get involved in this? Because we see public art, and there's a lot of funds available. Albuquerque is one of the few cities was at 1% for the arts, right?
Well, but there's actually...
Or is that the county?
No, there's about 400 public art programs around the country. We're the 15th public art program in the country. We're 38 years old this year. And so they can go to our website again and sign up for the e-newsletter. That's the best way to get the information.
So any
about
artists,
all of
any
our
artists,
projects.
just go there, sign up for the e-newsletter, and if you have ideas, start submitting them to the city. You never know, because Sherry gets to choose.
No, I don't
No?
choose. We have committees that do that. That's
Oh,
the public.
even better.
The public does that. I just help manage the process along with my great staff and all the support of the Albuquerque Arts Board.
I love it. I love it. We'll be back in a couple of minutes on the Morning Brew with Friends. I think Dirk is here, and we're going to talk about film stuff.
Yes, love Dirk.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.